What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is SnakeMCGaming, and we are back for another episode of Resource Pack Reviews. Oh, that's not stopping. Get over it. Alright, so here we are doing the resource pack called Willpack. It looks like it's called Willpack 3, but that could just be the file name. Willpack. It's described as a smooth, bright, realistic 32 by 32 texture pack, or resource pack, basically, made by a man named William Mallow. I will post the Planet Minecraft link down below in the description. Alright, so without further ado, let's move on. Here is what your menu screen will look like. Very cool. Alright, and here is what the opener, or the opening screen looks like. Minecraft and Willpack. Lewd with two dudes with food. Yeah. Totes. What I'm talking about. Alright, so moving on into our resource pack world. Let's go. Let's do this. Alright, opening everything up. Here we go. Oh my. This is very bright. Wow. This is a bright, bright, bright texture pack. It kind of hurts my eyes to look at it. Let's take a look at the skyline. Very nice. There's your sun. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. We'll take a look at the nighttime skyline later. Let's go ahead and drop on down to the ground. Switch on over into survival mode, and you can take a look at the text down below as I type this in. Alright, so here is... wrong button. I typed in the text button. Here is your survival inventory. Very plain, very, just boxes, and then you have the spot for your inventory. So, game mode C. Let me go ahead and do something here real quick for you guys. Let me get some pants on. Alright, let's put those back, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to switch into game mode S again, so you can take a look at what the armor bar, health bar, and food bar, and experience bar all look like. Alright, now we are done. Game mode C. Alright, take a look at our diamond sword. Now remember, this is a 32 by 32, so it's not going to be as detailed as some of the other ones. Here's what your bow looks like. Pull the string back. Launch it. That's what it looks like when it's fired, and that's what the arrows look like. Very small, very smooth. I like it very much. Oh, the wither skull doesn't look like it's finished. Sad face. Alright, moving on. I really like the way those textures look. I'll tell you that much. Although, I don't think the clay is... No, yeah, that's finished. It just looked a little off. So here we have the dogs. Aww. It's cute. And then the cats. Now, this is supposed to be more of a smooth, simplistic like texture pack. Here is the torches. But like I said, this is supposed to be like more of a smooth, simplistic version texture pack, and a lot of the textures look very similar to default, with obviously some differences. Obviously. All right, so here we have the smooth stone, the cobblestone, the mossy stone, the stone brick, mossy stone brick, and the cracked stone brick. And the chiseled stone brick, and that's what the top of it looks like, exactly the same. Alright, moving on, we have the sandstone stairs and slab. Sandstone, smooth sandstone, and chiseled sandstone. And that's what the top of the chiseled sandstone looks like. Here we have the smooth stone slab, the cobblestone slab and stairs, the stone brick slab and stairs. Alright, now we have the cobblestone wall and the mossy cobblestone wall. Moving on to the tree items, we have the leaves, the planks, and the logs, in order from oak to spruce to birch to jungle. Those are some interesting leaves. Never seen such a minimalistic take on the leaves before. Alright, here we go. Moving on into the saplings. We have, they look like many versions of the trees that they are, but we have oak, spruce, birch, and jungle. And then the stairs and the slabs, oak, spruce, birch, and jungle. Alright, and we have the wooden fence with the wooden fence gate. Go ahead on into the tree room. So here's what your trees look like. Oh wow, the leaves look very much more uniformed on here than you would think. So here we have the oak tree and the spruce tree, the jungle tree. I like the little leaves on the jungle logs, and the birch tree. Very cool. Alright, let's move on out the door and see what a village might look like on Willpack. Looks nice. Ooh, I'm digging the flowers over there. I wonder what that is, if that's the wheat or if those are some other kind of thing. Oh, but the village looks very nice, very believable. Yeah, I like it. I like when people take an obvious texture pack that's obviously inspired by default and update it a bit to HD and switch around the textures just ever so slightly. Like, I couldn't even tell that the clay was changed. I really like how bright it is compared to the actual stuff. Alright, moving on to the nether stuff. Ooh. I don't think I'm digging the nether rack. Alright, well, there's another rack, nether brick, obsidian, glowstone. I don't think I like the glowstone either. Soul sand, and then the quartz ore, which I don't like either. Alright, moving on to the quartz block. This is the chiseled quartz block. That's what the top of it looks like. Very cool. You can barely see the design on it, though, which kind of bothers me. And then the columned quartz block, once again, you can barely see the column on it. It kind of bothers me. Anyway, here's the nether brick stair and slab, and the quartz stairs and slab. And the nether brick fence. And then the wool texture. Let's get on close so you can see that. And then all the other wool colors. Very cool. Alright, so here we have the regular clay block, the hardened clay block, and then all the other hardened clay dyed colors. Or the stained clay colors, I should say. Moving on into the ore wall, we have all of the ores and their corresponding storage blocks, starting in order of rarity, starting with coal, redstone, lapis lazuli, iron, gold, diamond, and emerald. I must say, I like the emerald, and I like the coal, the redstone, and the lapis the most. The gold's pretty good, and the iron's pretty good. The diamond, kinda, I don't like the weird little cracks in it. I get it, it's supposed to be diamonds, but, you know, I just don't like it. Alright, moving on, we have the regular glass inside of the wall, and then the glass pane, which looks like that is what is affected by connected textures. Yes, it is. And you can see the difference. The glass pane has a much brighter wooden outline than the regular glass does. Alright, moving on into... Let me go ahead and turn my connected textures back on. Alright, here we have the ice, the snow layers, the mycelium, which I'm not a huge fan of the colors. It's a little too dull for me. The sand, the grass, the hay bale, the gravel. I don't like the gravel either. Dirt, the sponge, the TNT, the endstone. That's a really weird jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. And the pumpkin. And then we have the bricks and the brick stair and slab, the cobweb, the redstone lamp, which it's better than the glowstone because it's got a more yellowish tint, but not really a fan. Alright, here we have the dispenser and the dropper with the various inventories of those. The music block. Now this is a cool looking music block. Can't tell if the notes are changed or not, but that's not a big deal. Here we have the jukebox, the trapdoor, the wooden doors, the iron doors, the hopper, which I think is changed. It looks changed. The daylight sensor, and of course all of the slabs, stone, wood, gold, and iron. The iron bars, the ladder, the vines. I really do like this crafting bench. This is really cool. Let's go ahead and open up the crafting grid. Oh, that's clever. Okay, see, that's pretty cool. I wish there was something here, though. Like, that's the only problem I'm having, is that there's not a thing, you know, right there for it to be, you know, good. Anyway, so here we have the furnace. And then, see, I like that, too. That's really cool interaction. That's very clever. You get points for that. And then the furnace while it's active. Then we have the chests, the trap chest, the double chest. And if you look closely, the trap chest is just the same as the trap chests from that. You've got its slight, faint redstone glow, and then of course you have that redstone thing right there. And then we have the ender chest, which there's no eye of ender on it. Not a huge fan of that, but I do like how the inside of the chest actually looks like you're putting things inside of a chest. Here we have all the anvils in their various states of destruction. And then of course the anvil thing, which I feel like that's just not finished or just not worked on very... Oh, I get it. You're supposed to put it on top of the anvil. That's not very obvious, though, to me, so this kind of bugs me. Alright, moving on to the bookshelves. The bookshelves are pretty cool looking. And then the enchantment table, which looks like a more upgraded version of the enchantment table in the regular default, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and we'll drop that in there. The letters haven't changed. We'll enchant this sword. Take a look at the glow. Very nice. Alright. The sword back. Alright, let's move on. Going into the other stuff. Here we have the redstone inactive and active. Torch, dust, comparators, repeaters. Take a long look. Very nice. Alright, here we have the grass, the fern, the dead bush, which kind of looks like a tumbleweed, and the mushrooms. And then we have the cactus, which is a very, very bright, vibrant green. It looks really nice. And then the wheat, the lily pads, which looks like it has 2 different variations, the carrots, and the potatoes, which have flowers on them, which looks nice. And then we have the pumpkins with the stalks on them. And then the lily pads even have even more variation. That's nice. I like when the variations happen. And of course the melons. And then the carpet. And moving on, we have the curved rail, the regular rail, the powered rail, the detector rail, and the booster rail. And these are what they look like activated. Here's the leather, by the way. And deactivate them. Minecart with a chest, minecart with a furnace, minecart with TNT. I kind of like the way the top of the TNT looks. And minecart with a hopper. Very nice. And here we have the boat, the flowing water, and the still water. You can see that the water is also very clear. And then we have the flowing lava, which for me flows entirely too fast. It should be flowing a lot slower than that. And then the still lava. And this is what you look like on fire. Let's hop on out. I guess there is a slight change to some of these. So here we have the skeleton, the wither skeleton skull, the zombie skull, the Steve skull, and the creeper skull. Yeah, there are slight variations to them, but this texture pack is obviously meant to take default and make it a little different. So here we have the beacon block. I kind of like the wooded outline. And then the beacon beam, which is slightly changed from the original beacon beam. Very cool. Very trippy. Oh, and here is a sign with a message to you. Alright, and moving on into the paintings room. Oh, wow. Alright, it looks like he took the paintings. He might have... Yeah, he did. He HD'd them up a little bit and then added frames around them. See, now I am definitely a fan of these paintings. I love when people HD up the default paintings. I just think it looks kind of cool. Alright, I like that. That's very nice. Moving on into the items room. I forgot to set the TNT. I fixed the redstone, forgot to set the TNT. Alright, let's move on to the food stuff. Alright, so here we have all the different foods. Take a look. Alright, moving on to the weapons. Or the armors, I should say. Start with the leather chain. Let's get all these out. Okay, the horse armors have not been changed. Here we have wood, stone, iron, gold, and diamond. Alright, let's switch on over into F5. Here we go, F5 mode. Alright, and we need to go over here into our inventory. Let's take those pants off. Let's actually just delete those. Alright, let's put on the leather. Here's what you look like in leather. I like the cap. Ah, crap. I'll fix it later. Alright. Take that off. Now let's put on our chain. Alright. Now move on to the iron. And we're going to move these down a row. And here's what you look like in iron. Alright. And then gold. I like the crown. And then diamond, which looks very similar to iron, only turquoisey instead. Alright, let's go ahead and switch out of F5 and put this all back where it belongs. Alright, now moving on to the materials. Alright, materials are done. Here's the brew stand. And the cauldron with the water. And then, of course, we have all of the brewing items, including the gas tier, the blaze powder, the fermented spider eye, the magma cream, and the glistering melon, along with all of the regular potion bottles and the glass bottle, and the splash potion, and all of the books. And we'll go ahead and take a look at what the inside of a book looks like. Very cool. Alrighty, and we'll put that back. Move on to the miscellaneous items. Here we have all of the stuff. It looks like the compass and the clock are not finished. Let's go ahead and pull out the flint and steel and the bottle of enchanting. I like the way that looks. Let's drop it. Particles on that aren't finished, it looks like. The orbs might be, but the particles on everything else are not. Alright, so let's also test out, see what the fire looks like. Cool. Alright, and let's put these back. Moving on to the mob eggs. Very nice, more HD versions of the already established mob eggs. The music discs. No, they're all done. For some reason this one's bigger than all the other ones, though. Don't know why. And here we have the button, the wooden button, and the pistons, both regular and sticky. Let's see if this will work. I can't wait for the new Optifine. Ugh. Alright, here we have the tripwire trap. Alright, let's go ahead and place a couple pieces of TNT. Explosion. It's not a bad explosion. Alright, moving on to the next one. Let's go ahead and switch onto easy mode and pull out the creepers. Alrighty, creepers. Snow golems. I can't even tell if those are done. I think they are, though. And then we have the skeletons. And then the iron golems, which I think they're done. And then the zombie. Yeah, those are definitely done. They definitely altered the zombies' look. Onward to the villagers, which... Are they HD'd up? Yeah, they're definitely HD'd up. I can tell. Alright, and then on to the spiders. Nice. Your eyes are glowing, by the way. Creepy. The horses and the pack mule, which don't appear to be finished, actually. Yeah, those are definitely not done. And the cave spider. That's definitely done. I like that. And then the ocelot. What's up, Mr. Ocelot? How you doing? Don't be scared. Hey, look at me. Oh, you have creepy eyes, Mr. Ocelot. Alright, moving on. Zombie Pigman. And then the mushrooms. What's up, mushrooms? I don't think those are finished, but maybe they are. And then move on to the slime. What's up, buddy? You are ginormous. Alright, and then the chickens. Oh, I got a baby. Look at that. Oh. Alright, and then we move on to the Enderman. What's up, Enderman? Look at me. Look at me, Enderman. Oh, you're weird looking. Alright, and then we move on to the wolf, which we do know has been changed. And then the silverfish. Creepy. And then the cows. Okay, so the mushrooms were not finished then, if the cows look like this. And then the blaze, which doesn't appear to be done. The sheep. I need to kill some of you guys. And then the magma cube, which doesn't appear to be finished. The pigs. Oh, some of them are boards, some of them are covered in mud. Oh, that's adorable. Alright, and then we move on to the bats, which I can't tell if it's finished or not, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, and then on to the witch, which, yeah, that's definitely done, I think. Alright, and then we move on to Le Squid. Nice, decent squid. Alright, and we're gonna move on into Zagast, which I think it was finished, but a lot of these things are similar to default, so it's kind of hard to tell. Alright, well, we know the horses aren't done, but let's go ahead and take a look at the inventory. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Alright, and let's move on into the respective things. I guess doesn't look all that bad when you combine everything together. But let's go ahead and take a look at the actual nether. Oh, alright. Here we are in the nether. It's definitely a very bright nether. I do like that the glowstone definitely fits in. The really fast lava kind of throws me off a little bit. Let's go ahead and head on down to our nether fortress down here. See if we can't find ourselves a wither skeleton. Another fortress definitely works. Compared with the brightness of the rest of the texture pack, the Nether Fortress kind of sticks out, which is I always feel like the Nether Fortress should stick out compared to the rest of the Nether. So looks like we weren't able to luck out and get ourselves a wither skeleton, but that's all right. What's up, zombie? All right, let's move on up. Gonna go spawn ourselves a wither. Boom, 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 boom. Take a look at what the bad boy wither looks like. Alright, it doesn't appear that the textures of the wither have changed. But once again, like I said, a lot of these things are, you know, similar to default, so I could be completely wrong in that aspect. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the end, then we'll check out the fireworks and the portal. I will say, I do love this ender portal, and I don't know why, it's gotta be my Optifine, but the portal does not seem to be showing up lately, and that's really annoying. Alright, but anyway, let's hop on in. We'll see what the ender portal looks like over here, anyway, because it's the same texture. Alright, so let's go ahead and piss off an enderman. Alright, you look very similar to default. Okay. Not nearly as scary as some of the other ones that I've seen. I feel like my render distance is either just... Yeah, it's on far plus 16. I guess it's just taking a while to render right now. Alright, so here's what bedrock looks like. I like the portal, though. It looks very nice. And then, of course, we have the egg, which looks like a big black... What is it? That was weird. Whatever. Alright, let's head on out. And go to the fireworks station as soon as things start loading. Alright. Go ahead and turn it on to peaceful. And head on over to the fireworks, where we will set off some fireworks. Sorry, I covered my mouth for a second. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oops, wrong block. Oops, no. Stop. Alright. Time set 18th. What? Oh, my numlock's off. Time set 18,000. There we go. There is your night sky, which looks pretty cool. Oh wow, I like the different constellations in the sky. That looks nice. I will say that the grass still looks too bright, though. It doesn't look very nighttime out here in the middle of the night. I like the moon. Alright, let's move on, and we will set off this. I wonder if those textures have been changed. Firework doesn't appear to have been changed. Yeah, I think those have been HD'd up a little bit, but other than that, it's still about basically default with HD on it. One of these days, someone's going to do something different with these fireworks that's going to amaze me. Crackle, crackle, crackle. Oh, right. Well, oh, and here's the command block. Oh, I like the way that looks. Nice. Alright, so... Alright, well, there we have it. That is Willpack. So, there were a couple of things that I didn't really like about this texture pack. I got a couple of friends who really like this texture pack, and I'm sure a lot of, judging from the number of people that have downloaded it, a lot of other people like it. So I might get some hate for this, but I'm not that big of a fan. There are some textures that I absolutely love, like the clay textures. It's similar to default, but it's brighter and more vibrant than default, so it kind of makes it better. And the wool textures I really enjoy as well. Not to mention the emeralds and the thing. And I like the fact that smooth sandstone is just smooth. You know, it doesn't have that weird little ring around like most default does. But I wasn't a fan of a lot of the nether blocks. And I wasn't a fan of how the mobs, I can tell if half the mobs were finished or if they were just an updated HD version of default. That kind of bothered me a bit. Because a lot of times when you update default from regular to HD, it still looks HD, if that makes sense. And I couldn't tell half the time. So that definitely threw me off a little bit. But all in all, it's a pretty decent texture pack. Would I use it myself? Probably not, but I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that would. So I'm going to go ahead and give this texture pack a 3. You get a solid 3, split it right down the middle, because you had some good things. Most of the textures fit really well with your bright, smooth, vibrant theme. But a lot of it really just... I didn't like some of the textures of the mobs. And a lot of it just sort of just felt really flat and pale to me. Pale in comparison to some of the other texture packs that have been on here. Do I think that you were limited by your 32x32 HD rate? Maybe, but not necessarily, because I've seen some pretty damn good 32x32 texture packs. So, that doesn't necessarily have to have anything to do with it. But anyway, that's all I have to say. The brightness didn't bother me too much, except for when it became nighttime and it became overbearingly bright. It was a little bit too much for me, but, you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, so go ahead, post in the comments, tell me what rating you think you should do on a scale of 1 to 5, and just let me know in the comments you think what you would have rated this texture pack. Do you use this texture pack? Tell me why. I'd like to know. Also, if you have a texture pack you want reviewed by me, I have a link to my Twitter down in the description below. Click it, follow me, send me a direct Twitter message, or just tweet at me a link to your texture pack, or a texture pack that you use that you really like that you want me to review. Or you can also direct message me on YouTube. I would prefer Twitter because I get it more immediately than I do my YouTube messages. But if you want to direct message me on YouTube because you don't use Twitter for any number of reasons, feel free to do that as well. Alright, that is it. Please remember to rate, to comment, and to subscribe. And I will see you next time with a brand new texture pack. So, yeah, later guys. Peace out.